Hello. So, I've been getting a lot of feedback from statists and stuff like that, saying that if you're so upset with the political system and the government, particularly the United States, why not just move to another government? And my answer is, okay, I have on the side of my car, I have spray painted that voting for your slave owner is not an exercise of freedom, or an exercise in freedom, is what I said. And I really believe that. I tell them, well, one of the guys looked at it and he's like, well, who's your slave? Or who's your slave owner? I said, my slave owner is the government. The government really is the slave owner. And they go, well, why don't you just, why don't you just move away? Why don't you just go to some other country? I said, well, because then that government will be my slave owner. I can move to Canada, but then I'll be a slave to Canada. I can go to Switzerland and I'll be a slave to Switzerland. That's the nature of the statist system, is that there is no place that a person can go in this current society in 2012. There's no place that a person can go where they will be actually free. That's almost like the most beautiful version of statism, where you really cannot escape the state no matter where you go. So you're done. It's like you're going to be a slave no matter what, and who cares? Whatever. So that's kind of my situation. Is I'm like, I'd like to get out and do, go somewhere and be, free somewhere, but I can't. It's not possible. One way or the other, you're still going to have the government that's sort of over your head, and watching you and has control over you, no matter where you go. I mean, some governments are more and less restrictive than others, but it doesn't matter. The system itself is based on violence, no matter where you go, even in places like Switzerland that are actually pretty nice. So that's why I feel trapped. And I think that's about the bulk of why I get this sense of despair and dread about the state of the world, is that there really is no place for free people to sort of make their own society. There's no way you can really do it, because regardless, you're still stuck under county, province, state, federal control. I mean, you're still under control one way or the other, no matter where you go. So, the best you can do is to basically give the finger to the state and tell them to sit and spin whenever you see them. Don't talk to cops. And, spread the message. The message that the government is basically extremely evil. No matter where you go, the government's very, very evil. So, and it's evil masquerading as good. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just had to get it off my chest. But again, this is for those of you who want to say, hey, why don't you just move out of the country? It's like, motherfucker, I can't, because I have to ask permission, first of all, and then I have to consent or abide by the system that exists. I never signed a contract saying that I'd consent to the system, and I never will. I did actually sign a contract saying I'd consent to the Navy for 6 years, but my 6 years are up, and my 2 years of IRR are also up. So fuck you guys, fuck you country. And hey, this is a message to the Department of Homeland Security. Hey man, come fucking visit me one more time, right? It's like, I'm not gonna shoot you, but I think it would be funny to have you guys actually come speak to me for once, as opposed to interviewing my wife for 6 hours about me. So fuck you. Fuck you.